bigger than your problems. Stop letting little things get to you. Have you ever been in that situation where something small, something someone said, something someone did, something you did, you spilled something and it ruined your whole day or messed with your mind and your attitude for hours or days or weeks? How many of you have been there? I've been there before. Okay, I'm a pretty calm, happy person, but some things can still get to me or used to, especially in the past. And I worked on being bigger than my problems. This is from Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. I talk about money, but today we're talking about our problems and how to handle them and having the right mindset. If you want to be happy and successful, you have to have the right mindset. You have to think the right way. You have to see the world through the right lens. And so I'm going to share with you how to be bigger than your problems and how to not sweat the small stuff. Because if you sweat the small stuff, you're never going to live free or live big. And I don't want that for you. Let's dive into the video. But if you want more videos on mastering your money, your habits, your mindset, and your emotions along the way to create a life you love and to be your best self, feel free to click subscribe. All right, so being bigger than your problems. This is something you can tell yourself. If you experience something hard, the first thing I would say is to try to prevent it. Play life on offense. Oftentimes when I get overwhelmed, it's when I'm not playing life on offense, when I'm not having my schedule, when I'm not planning my day the night before or my week the week before with my husband, when I am not being proactive, when I am not being on top of things. Things are going to be harder when you're not taking care of yourself and you're not managing your life well. And so that is always the first place to start. If you are feeling like everything's bothering you and everything's getting to you, check on the basics. Have you been sleeping? Have you been eating healthy? Have you been spending time with people you love? Have you been doing projects and things that you love? Are you managing your schedule well? Do you know where to go? Do you know what to do? Do you know who's doing what and when? And do you actually have it written down and scheduled and you're prepared? If you are not taking care of the basics and if you're not being organized and prepared, that is going to cause a lot of problems for you and it's going to make the small things seem bigger. So that is a great place to start. If you're struggling, check out those areas ASAP. The second thing I would tell you is that once you're taking care of yourself, it's how you look at things. Have you seen that quote? It's not the way things are. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And so a lot of times it's your perspective, it's your attitude, it's your own journey. A lot of times how other people act or treat you is a lot about them, or how we treat other people is a lot about us. I know when I'm feeling amazing, I walk around the gym, I'm feeling happy, I might be smiling, I might wave to some people, I might connect more, I might be dancing and feeling good and just feeling that energy, right? And other times, if I'm really worn down or something's coming up, I might just be a little bit more down or to myself or something like that, right? And the gym's the same, life's the same, but how I'm choosing to be or perceive it is different, right? The same situation could happen to someone that's spilling that drink. That could happen to the same, to a different person, that same scenario. And one person has their whole day ruined. It's like, this is the worst thing ever. And I can't believe this happened. And you just spiral and spiral and spiral. Or you could choose to go, I'm okay. I'm prepared. I'm early to work. So I have time to go get dressed because we're being prepared and being on offense. I have time to go. I have an extra pair of pants that are all clean and all ready. Go, right? And so I really find that preparedness is essential. Even my son, one time, he accidentally opened up one of the toys at the store. They play with trains. And so there was a train piece and he started opening it. And it was like a $40-something toy. And we had to just pay for it because I was like, oh, he opened it. We can't just put that back on the shelf. And a lot of times, right, if we don't have enough money or we are just stressing ourselves and working so much at a job we don't like or something, it's like this big deal. I can't believe you opened that. And I totally get it. But really, he opened a toy. It was an accident. Is he doing that all the time? No. And so it wasn't a big deal. I just was like, oh, well, I have the money. It was an accident. It's okay. What is getting mad about it going to do? I explained what to do for the future and what to not do, and then we're good and we haven't had that issue. So having more resources, having more tools, taking more care of yourself and doing the work on yourself can really, really help you to be able to be bigger than your problems, you know? And some people are bigger than their problems, even if there's a lot of stuff going on. And you're an amazing person. You're an amazing person. But I have found that the more I'm taking care of myself, the more I'm prepared, the more money I have, the more resources and health I feel and happiness I feel and peace I feel, it's so much easier to react better to things. And so do things you love. Are you spending time giving yourself vitamins, not actual vitamins, but doing things you love? Jesse Itzler talks about doing 3 things you love a day, or spend 3 hours a day for yourself cumulatively. Spend that time for yourself. If you're not never spending time for yourself, of course you're going to be miserable and angry. Are you spending time with your spouse? Spend time with them. That's going to help, right? Get to the gym, exercise. It's all the fundamentals. It's all the fundamentals, and it's all how you're choosing to see things. And even when I'm doing those things, I have to tell myself I am bigger than my problems. If things pop up, you can decide what is a problem. A lot of times I'm like, you know what? This isn't a problem, or I'm bigger than this. I can figure this out. Have a growth mindset. See yourself as this huge person and shrink the problem. Sometimes we can think it's a bigger problem than it is. I know we were just in Colorado, and like just being in the clouds and looking at this beautiful big world and seeing all the people and knowing there's billions of people in the world. It's like, come on, we're this small. We're super important. We matter, but we're this small. Like, stop letting this rule you. The other thing that can be helpful is to set the intention. I know that when I set intentions, this is how I want to show up as a mom. This is how I want to feel in my day-to-day life. I want to be fit. I want to feel strong. I want to feel peaceful. I don't want to let things bother me. And so if you do notice that you are feeling bothered by things, that is a signal. Feelings are signals, right? They're trying to help you. So if you feel overwhelmed and stressed about something, it is exposing something in you. Maybe you are tired. Maybe you are stressed. Maybe you aren't being organized, whatever. And that is telling you, hey, you know what? I've been slacking. And then that's when I regroup and I go clean, and I get organized, and I make appointments, and I schedule, and I just get more on top of things. And that helps. Or maybe it's something else, but listen to those feelings, listen to it. And instead of just letting it happen, be aware, notice it, have that self-awareness, and then you can make a change to it, and you can change and go, oh, okay. Or, oh, I overreacted with that money thing because, you know, we don't have a lot of money right now and it's stressful, and you know what I mean? And so really trying to understand the why and why you're feeling a certain way can help you to create a plan or create new steps and actions and choices to help make things better. I hope this video was helpful for you. Be bigger than your problems. You are bigger than your problems. And if you want to live a happy, big life, you have to be. I know if I'm stuck thinking of these stupid little things, I'm never going to create this life and this impact that I want to create. You have to master yourself in your own life before you can do anything greater or bigger. And even just mastering your own life is going to be so important and so powerful, because you're going to experience life better, but then the people you come in contact with will experience life better in your family and everybody else. So do the work. It really is worth it. And I'm here to support you. I have a lot of videos on money, but I'm also starting to do more on self-mastery and mindset. I have a lot of shorts that are on the emotions and supporting you along the way. Let me know in the comments below if there are topics or videos you want to learn more about. I'm happy to support you. But in the meantime, feel free to check out this video on a beginner's guide to emotional intelligence, or this video on the most powerful tool that I've learned that's helped me master myself. You got this.